So Nathan, I got some bad news.
What?
Josh couldn't make it for the 100th episode.
Can't come?
No. But some good news. I got the next best thing. I hired an actor to play Josh.
You hired an actor to play Josh?
Yeah, I don't think anyone will notice. Actually, yeah, come over here. Yeah. So this is going to be our Josh.
So,
Yeah. You could say your famous line.
too good. I'm Josh. What's up?
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast, episode 100.
Oh my God.
I'm your host, Nathan, and I'm joined by the man himself, Matthew Neves, to my left.
Thank you.
And this is the
100th
episode 100 special.
Oh my God, that's insane. Before we get into our topics for this special episode, I'd like to say that Josh could not make it on the podcast, but in terms of memorabilia, we got John Hamm here.
John Hamm.
And we got Grommet mug, and you have your own Mandalorian
My
mug.
Mando mug. So for the true listeners, these are Easter eggs from past episodes.
Exactly. And we're going to be mentioning a few other things along the way.
I think we're going to spend this episode kind of talking about, some past episodes, how the podcast has grown, and we prepared some fun movie questions for each other as well later.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's going to be a chill episode. I feel like currently the day we're filming marks the 2-year anniversary of the Real Talk podcast.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
We didn't really plan it this way.
Nope.
In fact,
Not
we were
at all.
actually supposed to shoot last weekend.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that we are on the anniversary day of the original pod,
No, exactly.
which is Ayo Pauly, a Rocky episode.
Yeah, it was the first episode. It was a Rocky episode. Damn, I feel old. What the fuck? 2 years have already passed doing this.
That's
But,
nuts.
Yeah, no, had a lot of fun, and I'm still having a lot of fun. So, yeah, good stuff. So I guess we could talk about what has changed since episode 1. I don't know.
Well, I'm not Josh. That's one thing that's changed.
What? You're not Josh? Oh shit. When did that happen?
Somewhere around 60.
67 was your first one.
67 was my
the code.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still fucking crazy.
But the podcast format. How was the podcast format evolved from the beginning? Like, what was your guys' original idea when you and Josh kind of conceived?
In terms of
podcast?
like specifics, it was all over the place. But in terms of like what we had, it was just always about movies.
Right.
Like the topic of movies, what we've watched and whatnot. I think later on, around 25 or 30, that's when we started to do like movie reviews. Because we were like, oh shit, like The Batman's coming out. That's a big fucking movie. Let's just talk about it. And then we realized like, oh shit, there's a lot more new movies coming out. We'll just talk about those. So we went into like some popular ones like the Spider-Man movies, and then we also went into like some obscure ones like Blonde with Anna de Armas and like fucking 3,000 Years of Longing.
Yeah, I like when you guys did those episodes. I remember
Yeah.
watching all of those, and it was cool that you guys were doing movies that I guess weren't like blockbuster films.
No, and I kind of like that too because it gave us like a new outlet to be like, hey, like no one sees these movies. How about you watch this instead of like the next Marvel movie? It's out in theaters. It's
Yeah.
not like it isn't. So or Netflix too.
Or Netflix. Yeah, I think Blonde
Yeah.
was straight to streaming, right?
Which one?
Blonde.
Blonde went to streaming. Another film as well. I think it was called The Stranger with Joel Edgerton. Oh, that was a good one too. That's what I mean. Like there were so many good fucking movies that we talked about that were very like not on the radar that I'm so glad we were able to cover on this podcast. So.
Let's get into some of the best and worst that you think we've covered on this podcast. So, with you and Josh,
Okay.
what do you think is the worst movie that you guys reviewed in that time?
I think the worst movie I saw, I can't speak for Josh, but the worst that I saw last year was probably a tie between Pinocchio and Last Man or the something Toronto. The fucking Kevin
Man
Hartman.
in Toronto?
Yeah, Man from
Toronto?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
film was dog shit. It was one of the worst fucking comedies I ever saw.
I saw that one.
Ugh.
I didn't see the. You're talking about the one with Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
right?
the one where Tom Hanks plays like Geppetto, like an old Italian man, and he just sounds like that.
Damn, when you think about it, that's like one of Tom Hanks's like biggest duds. Like Tom Hanks doesn't have a lot of duds in his filmography. I find that he's one of those guys that there's like a ton like of overwhelming quality in his filmography.
I agree.
So for him to do a Pinocchio and it just be like such a dud, like that could have just been an alley-oop for an Oscar, but they kind of messed it up.
My dad even talked about it. He's just like, what happened to Tom Hanks? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he's just in these like films that act like they're gonna win awards, but they're bad.
Yeah, and people didn't really love Man Called Otto.
No, that one kind of just people forgot.
I didn't check that one out,
No.
but maybe I'll give that one a chance.
He's not doing like Forrest Gump or Saving Private Ryan films anymore.
No.
It's very much like Oscar baity films.
Yeah, I want to see Tom Hanks in another big
Yeah.
blockbuster or something.
Same. Fucking hated
Tom
that.
Hanks is still a great actor.
No, he is.
You know what I did love him in kind of recently, which
one?
was the one where he plays it's like a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, like
Oh, that was
where
good. He
plays
played
Mr.
Fred Rogers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was
Plays
a good
Fred
one.
Rogers. That was a
Yeah.
good one. I think he played it extremely well, and I grew up on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, so
Yeah.
lots of nostalgia for that movie. I enjoyed it.
Those are some good ones. I had my least favorites. What about yours during that time? I want to know your least favorites.
I mean, during that time,
or just in general.
well, that we've reviewed,
yeah.
it's definitely Flash.
The Flash is the worst, yeah. I would
That-
say of this year.
That movie was hard to get through,
Yeah.
hard to sit through. It was an absolute mess, and it had very few redeeming qualities.
No, same. I fully agree. If you were a fan of DC, if you're a fan of Marvel, if you're a fan of good movies, you're going to fucking hate it. That's all I have to say about that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. We did Fast X.
Oh, yeah. That kind of hurt. It seemed
Which
like that hurt you more because you have a.
That one hurt me more
Yeah.
personally because, I go see it, like, I'm not a huge DC guy,
Right.
especially not the universe stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So it didn't really hurt my feelings that Flash was bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also shouldn't have hurt my feelings that Fast X was bad because
No,
of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that one definitely hurt me a little bit more knowing like how much I used to love these characters and stuff. Right?
It's like bottom of the barrel for you when it comes to the franchise's quality.
And what about the best you reviewed with Josh?
With Josh, okay. I think the best one we talked about that we reviewed was either a tie between The Stranger with Joel Edgerton. That was a really, really good one. And hold on. I'm gonna pull up this thing called Letterbox.
Okay.
I'm sorry to anybody who has Letterbox. It's a great app to figure out shit. If anything, Nathan, while I'm looking, what was your favorite that we covered on the podcast?
Man, I mean, it's got to be Oppenheimer, right? Like, it's got to be Oppenheimer. Like, that movie was so good.
Oh yeah.
So good. That movie really stuck with me. It was so exciting it was such an exciting weekend. Like, probably the most
Yeah.
exciting weekend I can remember being a film fan. And, the Barbenheimer weekend was pretty special.
Oh yeah, I really liked it. I'm gonna have to rephrase my favorite. The one that we covered on the podcast that was my favorite with Josh. Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, damn.
Bro.
You guys reviewed Maverick.
I remember talking about that and I was so excited.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. And then I just cut to Josh and Josh was like, yeah, it was good. I was like, bro, what do you mean? It's like, it's just like Star Wars. It's like, yeah, it's like Star Wars if it was better. Like, I straight up said that. He's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Maverick's amazing.
Maverick is beautiful.
And you did do some good films with Josh. I mean, you guys did Batman, right?
We did. Oh, yeah, Batman
Which
was
is
good too.
One of my absolute favorite films.
Oh,
of
yeah.
of that year.
Fucking A. Yeah, that was a solid episode too that we talked about Batman, we talked about the Tim Burton Batman films.
Yeah.
We talked about the Nolan Batman films. If you didn't notice already, we kind of like talking about this particular character.
Of course.
Especially we talked about Christian Bale's filmography.
Yes,
and
we have,
We went
yeah.
a little bit down into that rabbit hole, but
I mean, it's hard not to talk about. I mean, we could talk about Batman forever because the fans are spoiled. And
Yeah.
there's lots of good Batman stuff.
we could talk about Batman Forever, but not the movie Batman
Oh
Forever.
yeah, yeah. We can't talk about Batman forever
I'm glad we didn't.
unless we're drinking or something.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So yeah, I would say Top Gun Maverick was my favorite. Josh and I talked about, and then probably Pinocchio.
And then what about me and you? What after episode 64?
Oh, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer for you as well.
Yeah,
right?
I liked Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was really
It's
fucking
hard
solid.
hard to compete against Oppenheimer. I think.
I don't know, something about that hit differently compared to other Nolan films. Because that's the thing, he's made so many good fucking movies. Like, how do you compete with that? And I don't know, he took a direction that I I personally connected with more.
I've been trying to think of like our top 3 that we did. Like
Top
if I had
three.
to recommend 3 movies that we personally have reviewed, what would I recommend? I think one would probably be Guardians 3.
Guardians 3 surprised me.
Guardians 3, I'm saying a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Like Marvel is not really my thing. I skip a lot of these movies, but Guardians 3 is one I had to see,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad I did. What
great.
an amazing film.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because Josh and I, when we talked about the Marvel films, we were very like, this is bad. This is boring. This is long. This is overlong. So, you get into Guardians 3 and it's like you and me talking about it. And I'm just like, man, I hope this shit's good. And then I watched them like, oh, this is like really, really good.
It felt so refreshing to like have good things to say and leave the theater with a positive experience after watching like a superhero movie. It's a feeling I haven't really gotten in a long time.
I don't know. I got more emotional over Guardians than I did like Across the Spider-Verse. I think it's because of the fact that I wasn't expecting Guardians to be that good.
Yeah.
And when it was, it fucking hit it.
Oh man, Across the Spider-Verse might have to be in the top 3 as well.
Yeah, you're
Damn,
probably
we did kind of review some good movies, huh?
Oh yeah.
So maybe my list is. Then I gotta cut Barbie
I got
out.
my top 3 right now.
All right,
top
drop
3
it on me.
for everyone that needs to watch a movie this year. My top 3 is Oppenheimer, Barbie, and I would say, yeah, I'm doing Guardians 3. I liked it. If you like the first 2 Guardians movies, you're gonna love Guardians 3.
We did Creed 3.
Creed 3 was good
Damn,
too.
That's another great movie.
We did. Creed 3 was good. We did
Mario Bros movie I liked a lot.
Mario Bros.
But definitely not as much as Spider-Verse. If I'm gonna recommend an animated movie that we reviewed,
yes.
I have to recommend Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse is definitely the top on that one. I think what other movies did we cover? We covered the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one.
Which I enjoyed.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
I really like that style, the animation, the story. But for the most part, yeah, I'm glad we didn't just review movies.
Yeah, we've done a good combination of some topical episodes and some new movie reviews.
Yeah.
And I like that. We pick movies that we don't have like a criteria for really picking. We pick movies that we think we're gonna enjoy or are interested in seeing.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want to just be on here watching movies that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
And like trying to force a review out of me. Like
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hence why you're not gonna get a review of Ant-Man Quantumania from us.
Yeah. We're not doing Blue Beetle.
No,
we're not doing
fuck
any of these
that.
fucking
I don't
movies.
care about the Blue Beetle memes. The movie made $10 in the box office, and that's all it's gonna make. It's fine.
Yeah,
if you liked it, good for you.
We didn't even do Indy, which
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
No, I did watch
which
it.
you
but
did see. Which
I'll cover it in
we'll
a future
cover it
episode.
in the next episode. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's just like, sure, we had some like different ones. Like I think we talked about Transformers, which was a dud.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a dud.
Yeah.
Kind of a dud, but in the grand scheme of Transformers movies, because there's so many bad ones,
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a step in the right direction.
It's crazy too because I'm like, this is a dud, and then I look back at the other films. I'm
You're
like,
I
mean,
it's a dud, but it's not. It's nowhere near the bottom of the list. I don't think.
It's not Mark Wahlberg the
Right.
Last Night bad.
Right.
So yeah, you got a point. Damn, I'm looking at more of like what's coming out next, and I've noticed due to the fact that
Let's talk about some ones that we're excited for in the future.
yeah, because there's a lot currently. Like, are we talking this year or next year?
Whatever, end of this year and next year. I think we'll do a little bit of a fall preview in movie catch up.
Yeah.
So let's talk about next year.
Okay, next year. Fuck. Okay, so I would say next year because it got delayed. I do want to see Dune Part 2. I want to see where the fuck they're
Still
going
gotta
with
watch.
that.
I still gotta watch one,
You gotta watch that one.
but I didn't realize. We did a trailer reaction for Dune 2, and that video did extremely well, and
Yeah.
there was lots of people commenting, and I didn't realize the Dune fan base was so strong.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely a huge fan base. People
Yeah.
really love Dune 1. And I'm definitely going to give that one a chance. I'm probably going to do it right before I watch Dune 2 so it's fresh.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that one. I'm definitely going to check that one out.
I fully agree. There is one particular movie that I love this franchise. I haven't talked about it a whole lot. I do want to talk about it in like a future episode. They're going to make another Planet of the Apes movie. It's called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Who's directing it?
Not Matt Reeves. he's busy with Batman. It's directed by Wes Ball. He's known for like the Maze Runner movies and stuff.
Okay.
But in terms of style and the premise itself, it's about Caesar's son Cornelius, which it's his journey through the Planet of the Apes. I really like that idea because the original Planet of the Apes movies followed Cornelius and his wife, and they had a son in the third or fourth movie named Caesar. So you see where I'm getting at? They're reversing time with the rebooted franchise because the main focus in the original Planet of the Apes was Cornelius's character, and then in this franchise, it's Caesar's character.
Very cool.
So it's like they're turning the son into the father and the father
Yeah.
into the son. I don't know if they're going to go deeper into it, but this is supposed to be set like 10, 12 years after War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, that's cool, and I like this. I like the idea of telling like generation stories.
Yeah.
it's cool instead of just rehashing like kind of like the Star Wars thing. Where it's like,
Yeah.
how much characters can we bring back? Like, do the future.
And I love the concept of Planet of the Apes. I love the old films. I love the new ones. I fucking hate the Tim Burton one, you know.
I like a lot of them, but why? The reason I'm a little bit skeptical about this film is because for me, Matt Reeves has set the bar here.
Yes.
Right? So I'm going to walk into this film expecting here because
Okay.
of what Matt Reeves has done with those movies.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a little bit skeptical.
That's
just
fair.
because of how high Matt Reeves has set that bar.
That's totally fair. I think this is not going to be as epic as those films because
Right.
what Matt Reeves did was basically make it the biggest event ever in Planet of the Apes.
Those were
movies.
awesome.
Oh,
Those
they're
were so
great.
awesome.
They're fucking amazing. But I'm definitely expecting like a lower scale for the intensity of it. I would say.
What else next year?
Well, there's Joker 2. Insert the memes,
Ooh,
guys. We
Lady
got
Gaga.
Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. It's a musical. Fuck it, I'm down.
Sure.
I'm down for
fuck
that.
it, I'm down. I love the first one. I'm sure they're going to do something cool with the second one.
Oh yeah. We did talk about this very briefly in an old episode. I don't know if you've heard of it. Mickey 17. That's Bong Joon Ho's film.
Hell yeah.
It's getting released.
There was like a little teaser. That
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Robert
That's
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. That's getting released next year?
Yeah.
Nice.
They're gonna get that one.
I've been dying to see Robert in something else. Like nothing's really come out since Batman, right?
No, I don't think so. He did do Tenet. Oh wait, that was before.
Before,
right?
yeah.
That was before. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's just been in a bunch of films like that.
He's hot right now. Like he's a huge actor right now, and
Yeah.
I think he's really. I loved his portrayal of Batman.
Yeah.
So
He's got
I'm
it.
excited to see what he does next. I'll watch anything of
Absolutely.
this right now.
Another one that we did talk about in an episode because we covered this director, the movie critic Tarantino, his supposed last film,
That
guys.
shit's gonna come out next year already.
That's what it says. That's what it says on here.
Interesting.
I don't know. I guess they're filming. I'm assuming like there has to be a point where they're gonna fucking do it. I'm still looking. This is the thing. We're looking on Google, and they're only giving us like obvious ones, which I'm not gonna see. I'm not gonna see Captain America. I'm not gonna see Thunderbolts.
You're
What
not
the
going to see Despicable Me 4?
Get the fuck out of here with that shit. They made oh fucking hell, man. They made the
Kung Fu Panda 4? I don't know, man.
too many. It's too many of this shit.
Kung Fu Panda is a franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
I love Kung Fu Panda. They came out the perfect timing
Yeah.
for me as a kid
Same.
to just love both of us, right?
Yeah.
I love those movies. They were so funny to me when they came out. I love the characters. They're so
great.
memorable. And it's not just one that's good. I like all three.
Dude, Kung Fu Panda 2 is the best one.
Oh, it really is.
That's my hot take.
It's fantastic.
Not even hot take. I think a lot of people agree
No, a
with
lot
that.
of people generally agree
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
That's a
think
good
it's a
one.
fantastic film.
I'm down for a fourth one, but that's what I mean. Like they're it's really coming down to just like adaptations, sequels, and stuff like that. Like Craven the Hunter.
I don't know about that.
You saw
one,
the trailer
man.
and you fucked with it.
Yeah, the trailer looked like they were going for something, but it didn't show me enough. Like I'm
That's
not
fair.
sure
Yeah.
where that's going.
It-
Are they rebooting Garfield?
Yeah, with Chris Pratt. You didn't know that?
No.
Yo, Chris Pratt's voicing Garfield, guys.
Wait, it's animated? It's all animated?
Yeah, it's animated. I think it's the same people who did Illumination, because that's a
Oh.
good treat. What the fuck is this shit?
Sam Jackson?
Sam Jackson's in it. Oh well, that means it's gonna be amazing. Sam Jackson hasn't been in like what 5,000 films in his career.
Yeah, Sam Jackson.
But yeah, they're
Garfield, get back here, motherfucker.
yeah, right. Like no, he's gonna voice John. That's what's gonna happen.
Eat all my damn lasagna.
Like, I don't know. Honestly, I think I've said what I needed to say about my 2024 films. There's so many new films coming out like this year as well that I'm excited for.
Honestly, the end of this year, I'm extremely excited for. There's some really good films. 2024 just kind of looks like the year of the sequel, and that doesn't excite me too much because there's not that many like original new IPs that I'm excited about.
I'm hoping that there's just some random film that like is so good that everyone hears about it in like a month and it's just like, oh yeah, that's everything. Like,
which I'm sure there will. There's going to be some surprises in 2024. Like it's definitely a time in film that I'm excited about. There is good stuff coming out, but there's also like, an influx of just like unnecessary sequels.
Word of mouth will make a difference.
Yeah.
Honestly, that really is. It comes down to that. Which is another reason why a lot of these films were originally 2023 but got pushed due to the strike, which is still happening.
The strike is still happening, and we covered the strike when it was just a writer's strike.
Which is a writer's strike, yeah.
And we talked about like, man, this might like the actors might join, and
they did.
Here we are, months later.
Yeah, it's becoming that. Just kind of like. I even talked to Josh about this in an early podcast. It was about The Gray Man, which is yet another shitty film from Netflix. But I was just like, how are these actors like signing up for these fucking roles and stuff? It's like they're not getting residuals.
Yeah.
It's streaming platforms. Are they going to say something about it? And there wasn't really any answers at the time. Now it seems like they're looking for answers.
Yeah, we're at a pivotal time in the industry with streaming and all this, and just movies it's different now. The way movies are released, the way people are making money, things have changed, and I feel like the compensation hasn't changed, the contracts haven't changed.
Nope.
They need to.
Yep.
So what's happening now? Is it a shame that I was at Fan Expo 2 weekends ago?
Yeah.
Is it a shame that Hayden Christensen was there and couldn't do his panel because of the strike? Yeah, sure. But these guys are fighting for something really important here.
Exactly. Like for Hayden Christensen and a bunch of other actors in the union, it's more of just like, hey, if we get what we want, with these residuals, then we can have a better life, a better career. And it's not just them as well. A lot of these actors who are in the union don't get paid a whole lot. They're only talking about the big name actors that we fucking know. Like, obviously Bryan Cranston, we know who he is.
Yeah, I see his powerful ass speeches. They fire me up.
But he's not just saying them. He's not saying them to the actors who are like worth millions of dollars. He's saying them to the actors who are like barely breaking even with their fucking salaries and stuff. Because that's the difference.
Yeah, I am not upset about any films being pushed back or delayed because I understand the importance of what's going on here, and I hope it's solved soon, but I hope it's solved right, more importantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hope they do right by the actors and the writers.
Fully agree.
You want to get silly?
Let's get silly?
Let's get fucking
I'm looking
silly.
at your fucking questions, Nathan. I'm looking at these questions, and man, you give me some hard ones. Are these the first ones mine? Okay, we're gonna do speed round then.
Let's get silly.
All right, I'm gonna go first. Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey? Who do you think is better?
God damn, Jim Carrey, bro.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's run in the '90s is the greatest comedian run of all time.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever be touched again. Obviously, and also Jim Carrey, Canadian.
Canadian.
There's so many factors why I have to pick Jim Carrey, even though I love Sandler.
Yeah. Jim
Carrey has way more classic comedies than Sandler. Most of Sandler's comedies are duds, respectfully.
Yeah, that's fair. Look, Jim Carrey never made a Jack and Jill movie. Jim
Carrey never made Grown Ups.
No.
He never made Jack and Jill.
No, like every
Jim
comedy.
Carrey has some comedies that don't hit for me.
Yeah.
But he also has movies like fucking Dumb and Dumber, Truman Show, The Mask.
Eternal Sunshine is one of the best films you could ask for.
Even movies like Cable Guy, which were real silly, I still love them.
Yeah, same.
I love Jim Carrey. I'll love him forever.
Fucking A. All right, next franchise. We're talking Mission Impossible or James Bond. Which one would you watch?
Damn.
Yeah.
I want to say 5 minutes.
You're looking at Christian's time.
God damn.
You gotta be quicker, Nathan.
I gotta go James Bond, I think.
Hell yeah, man.
We grew up in the Daniel Craig era, and some of them are kind of bad. Some of them are really good, like Casino Royale. But the franchise has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I rewatched all the James Bond films. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I've
about.
been seeing your letterbox.
Fucking hell,
your
man.
reviews are like up and down. Like you'll love one, and then it's like 2 stars.
At the end of the day, the best James Bond, like if I'm meeting someone who has not seen a single James Bond film, you watch Casino Royale.
For
That
sure.
is the
For sure.
one.
That's your intro. If that's your intro to Bond,
Yeah.
you'll love Bond. That's just kind of how it is.
Fully agree. Okay, who's the better filmmaker, George Lucas or Brian De Palma?
This is tough because
I thought this would be an easy one. I don't know.
no, Brian De Palma's the better filmmaker.
Yeah.
But the thing that George Lucas did, I feel like still nobody has been able to build up this world and universe like George Lucas.
That's fair.
And that's saying like that's what he's done is amazing with Star Wars. It's the most clever, well built universe of all time.
Yeah.
But Brian De Palma has such classic films
Yeah.
that I have to go at De Palma.
Hell yeah, man. All right. You know what? I already said a similar question to this, so you go for your questions on
Okay.
me. I'm gonna do this quick. Let's go.
Can we go a little bit over? If we were facing life
Let's go.
if you were facing life in prison, what fictional lawyer would you pick to represent you and why?
Yo, Better Call Saul.
You're picking Saul Goodman to like
just
fake
for the
some
joke,
evidence?
Just the joke alone. I'd probably go to prison for life. I don't care.
You know who I pick?
who?
Joe Pesci, my cousin Vinny.
Yeah. You know what? In all fairness, you'd probably get away. You'd probably get out of prison.
I'm beating the fucking case, man.
Saul Goodman gives me 100 years instead of like life's 20 years. Okay.
If you had to go back and recast the role of Neo in The Matrix, what actor would you pick from that era?
Yeah, Brendan Fraser.
Wow.
I'm doing Brendan Fraser, man.
So he doesn't do The Mummy, he does The Matrix.
Yeah. Whoa. I can't do Brendan Fraser. It's okay. I want to see him in that.
That would be awesome. All right. If you were stuck on an island and can only bring 3 animated films with you, what are the 3?
Okay. Ratatouille, The Iron Giant, and what would my third one be? You know what? I'm gonna do Kung Fu Panda 2.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a crazy.
That's my fucking list.
That's a crazy trilogy.
I think all 3 of them give me a nice feeling when I watch them.
Which is what you want, I think, if you're on an island, stuck on an island by yourself.
Fucking A.
If one of these actors' filmographies had to be erased from history,
Oh, fuck.
who do you choose to save?
Okay.
Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise? The Battle of the Toms.
Ooh. 2 minutes. Hell yeah. You know what? I am saving Tom Hanks over Tom Cruise.
Damn.
And this is someone who loved Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, you're going to lose Top Gun.
But Tom Hanks, man.
Tom Hanks, there's too many movies we lose,
Many
right?
movies, man. Yo, Saving Private Ryan? I can't.
Can't lose that. We can't lose. Yeah, there's so many good movies.
Okay.
We even lose Toy Story.
Yeah, I can't
Like
do that.
that hurts. You got to think of his animated stuff.
That'll affect my childhood, most definitely.
And next I got Jack Nicholson or Christian Bale.
Look, we made an episode on this guy, but I'm sorry, I'm saving Jack Nicholson, not Christian Bale.
I know it's tough to lose Dark Knight,
Look, Jack Nicholson just got more classic films, man.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
like
gonna
every
have to
decade
agree.
he was in, I fucking loved.
but he's definitely got a classic in every decade.
Fucking A.
Christian Bale, yeah, I'm sorry to see Terminator Salvation go, but it's
I know,
gotta-
right? I knew what you talked about. I remember when you were like, "Oh yeah, Terminator Salvation. That was fucking donkey bullshit or something like that." And I just laughed when you said that.
I'm sorry.
Best
I'm sorry
summarization
that
of that
one's got to
movie.
go, but
Yeah.
all right, well,
Good
we will
stuff.
wrap it up there, and we will wrap it up with a thank you. Thank you for watching
Yeah.
the Real Talk podcast. Thank you to those who keep up with us every week and spend half an hour with us every week. That's really cool. We love doing it, and we can't wait for episode 200.
Yeah, and if you were here since the beginning, which if you are, thank you for
thank you
being
so
with
much.
us this long and
John Hamm thanks
seeing. Yes, John Hamm thanks you. You got to see like the fucking evolution of what this podcast became, and we just kind of make it. We try to make it better every day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Real Talk podcast. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to your boys. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Brush your hair.
Peace.